a new spectroscopy technology innovation centre and a new future. Welcome to Agilent Technologies' world-leading facility in the heart of Melbourne, Australia, the birthplace of the atomic absorption spectrometer.
We have the most creative team in the world, a team of really innovative people. This new infrastructure will provide us with everything we need to innovate and be successful for the future.
For more than 50 years, the precinct where this new $25 million facility now stands has been the home of research and development excellence in the field of spectroscopy.
Atomic absorption spectroscopy, in the space of a few years, has become one of the analytical chemist's most powerful tools.
From humble but heady beginnings at Melbourne's Commonwealth Scientific and Industrial Research Organisation headquarters, through to the commercialisation by a series of globally focused and innovative companies, Tectron Appliances and Varian. Now an exciting future continues thanks to this major new investment.
In this new research facility we have in Melbourne, we will have a world-class team focused on world-class innovation in a world-class facility.
The investment that's being made has largely been made on the back of us becoming part of the Agilent Technologies family. And it really demonstrates the commitment of Agilent Technologies globally to this site and to our business globally.
The underlying story of Agilent Australia and the rich history from its Melbourne base is one of innovation, collaboration and commercialisation, combining inventors and researchers with the commercial foresight to continually meet customer needs, has resulted in a remarkable Australian-made success story, now with a new chapter to write.
Our past success and our success in the future will be determined by two things: the quality of our people and the quality of the environment that we work in, both here and globally. The new Technology Innovation Centre, in terms of infrastructure, will provide a world-class environment for our teams to work in here in Melbourne over the coming decades.
The new Research and Development Centre symbolises the global leadership role that Agilent Australia represents in the field of spectroscopy, beginning with the invention of the atomic absorption spectrometer, a breakthrough that has been described as the most significant advance in chemical analysis in the 20th century.
We use atomic absorption analysis in the study of nutrition of plants and animals in a wide variety of experiments.
Used by laboratories around the world, spectroscopy instruments such as the atomic absorption spectrometer are critical measurement tools used in applications ranging from mining to materials. They play a vital role in our daily lives, measuring the quality of the water we drink, the food we eat, the air we breathe, and the pharmaceuticals we need to stay healthy. Since the atomic absorption spectrometer was first developed in Melbourne, the spectroscopy innovations from the Melbourne team have generated more than $3 billion in sales. This CSIRO film from the 1970s, called The Long Shot That Came Good, gives a rare insight into the origins of one of Australia's greatest scientific inventions, and the inventor himself, Sir Alan Walsh.
I calculated how much absorption you would get if you pass light through the atomic vapours of various elements at various temperatures.
But invention alone wasn't the only key to success. Having a man like George Frew driving commercial development ensured the product was viable. Dr. Megan Clark is the chief executive of the CSIRO and is still staggered by the success of the seed initially planted in their laboratories.
You look at $3 billion just from the revenue from the sales of the equipment, and that doesn't include the value of applying this technology in so many fields: medicine, mining, agriculture. The partnership with CSIRO, Tectron, then Varian and now Agilent really is a perfect example of how you take a brilliant technology and get it out onto the global stage, into global markets, where it now is the workhorse of the modern laboratories around the world.
While proud of the contribution AA spectroscopy has made around the world, Dr. Clark is equally excited about the future research and development flowing from Agilent's new Spectroscopy Technology Innovation Centre.
I wonder if you could have imagined 50 years ago that we'd be standing here today with a new global facility on the back of that wonderful work that was done so many decades ago. But more importantly, we're going to have researchers here that will have the challenge of developing the technologies for the future.
The capabilities of the spectroscopy team will bring new solutions to Agilent existing customers in our life sciences and chemical analysis markets, as well as open up a whole new set of opportunities for us, particularly in the area of material sciences and mining.
For Philip Binns, the new Innovation Centre symbolises the culmination of a primary focus: invention and innovation driving customer solutions.
Our philosophy has always been driven by two things. One, invention, and second, innovation. Invention has been critical, but innovation has been fundamentally important to the success over the long term. Adding value to those with our customers over long periods of time, whether it's better performance, whether it's higher productivity, whether it's lower cost of ownership, iterating on the platforms that we've had in the market have been a real hallmark of our success over more than 50 years.
It was the intersection of science and engineering that created this new technology, which saw physics and chemistry combining with mechanical, electronic and optical engineering. Dr. John Willis worked closely with Sir Alan Walsh to help develop the AA spectroscopy breakthrough.
Alan Walsh's great strength was his ability to think laterally. He had a background in atomic emission spectroscopy for chemical analysis, and when he came to Melbourne, he was required to set up and get in operation an infrared spectrometer. So in doing this, he had ideas about how to improve the infrared spectrometer to make it more sensitive, and this cross-fertilization resulted in the concept of atomic absorption spectroscopy for chemical analysis. The atomic absorption spectrometer was, I suppose, successful because it was useful in so many different activities, ranging from hospital laboratories to mining laboratories, exploration, oil analysis, and so on and so on. In fact, there was scarcely a manufacturing technical industry that didn't use atomic absorption.
Even when the technology was relatively new, broad applications for its use were already being applied.
The start of the 80s was a period when we had an opportunity to grow our market very quickly if we could only innovate, and we put forward basically two significant inventions. One was the growing use of graphite furnace atomization, and the other one was the invention in Melbourne of the Zeeman effect as a technique for doing background correction for atomic absorption. These resulted in a dramatic increase in market share over the period of a few decades.
Dr. John Polsford describes the decision Varian made during the 1980s to transfer the iconic Carey UV visible product line from the US to Melbourne.
This had a fantastic effect on Varian in Melbourne for a variety of reasons. Firstly, of course, it was a fantastic confidence boost. Imagine us being able to take the heritage of Carey into the future. Secondly, of course, it increased our revenue base and made a lot more money available for ongoing R&D generally. And thirdly, of course, it actually increased our reputation with our customers and our field organisations dramatically. The whole history from Tektron through Varian through to Agilent today has been clearly driven by exciting new R&D products. It's fun, to be honest, to do these sorts of products. You're at the leading edge of all sorts of technologies.
The Melbourne team has created a number of world-leading innovations which have enabled the business to grow, such as the fast sequential atomic absorption spectrophotometer, the Carey 50 flash lamp UV-Vis spectrophotometer, and the ICP OES with its innovative pattern detector. These innovations have been the enabling factors in growing the business. With the opening of the Spectroscopy Technology Innovation Centre, this will enable co-location of all the key personnel involved in the new product introduction process. This will enable us to stay at the forefront of these important technologies.
Looking forward, the future is even brighter for Agilent Australia as it develops new products to meet emerging application needs.
Increased global awareness in areas like environmental and food safety are key to our business moving forward. We develop technologies that provide faster analysis to those laboratories as well as higher detectability. Very important when you're focusing on areas like toxins in food. The adage of better, faster, smarter generally covers most innovation by companies. What the real key though is understanding your customer's need and trying to fit that need with a technology. One good example of this has been a technology we developed to reduce the use of gases in elemental analyzers. The microwave plasma instrument that we developed runs on air. The new facility is going to be fantastic for us. In all of our laboratories and our meeting rooms, we'll have telepresence systems that allow us to interact directly with our customers from the lab bench or from a meeting room, getting face-to-face feedback immediately.
Dr. John Willis, the man who worked on the invention of the original technology more than 50 years ago, also describes the significance of the new Innovation Centre.
Well, I think the new research centre at Agilent carries on the tradition which was begun by Tektron of using an Australian invention, developing it in Australia and exploiting it by Australia.
But at the end of the day, it's the people that fundamentally drive our success. It's been the way for 50 years and it will be the same for the coming 50 years.